Should all vehicles be required to contain rear view cameras as a mandatory safety feature? Well, let's think about this situation for a second. You had a busy weekend, so you wake up Monday for work late, of course. You rush to get ready, you rush out the door. You get into your car, you have a ton of things on your mind from the past weekend, getting ready for work. Did you forget anything? What do you have to do at work today? The list goes on and on. You put the car in reverse like you do any other day. You didn't think to walk around the back of your car, make sure there was nothing in your way, because like I said, there are so many things on your mind. So you back up and you notice that you hit something. So the worst possible scenario in your head at this point is, oh my God, I hit our family pet. The kids are going to kill me. What am I going to do? Well, you have to get out the car and see what's going on. So you open the door and you walk to the back. And what if it's not the dog? What if it's a child? What if it's your child? With that being said, the problem that I want to address is that people are being backed over, and I feel like this is an avoidable problem. A law was passed ordering the Department of Transportation to have a rule in place by 2011 to require cameras or other backup warning devices on all new cars and light trucks. But there have been multiple delays, obviously, and no current regulation is in place. Expediting and expanding the mandate will save lives and therefore should no longer be stalled. Car mirrors alone are not reliable enough when driving, especially when backing. The installment of rearview mirrors would give drivers maximal visibility. Currently, almost 300 fatalities and 18,000 injuries occur each year due to backover accidents. The most vulnerable victims to these accidents are children under the age of 5, older adults over 70 who can't really hear well, and then workers. Any pedestrian could go unseen though. If they don't see that you're backing up, they could be in your way. Regulators predict that 95 to 112 deaths and as many as 8,000 injuries could be avoided each year by eliminating the wide blind spot behind a vehicle. Children are the most likely victims, especially toddlers ages 1 to 2. They're the ones that are getting hurt and they're the ones that are dying. Over time, vehicles have been designed larger to better protect those who are inside. The size increases have reduced the driver's ability to see people or objects behind them. Kids in cars demonstrated, and I have a picture for you, that 62 children could fit behind a large SUV without being visible to the driver in any of the mirrors. That's very scary. The safety of workers also isn't at its maximum potential without these cameras. 70 workers died from backover accidents in 2011. That really isn't something that you should have to worry about when you go into work. Video cameras with in-vehicle display monitors can give drivers a view of what is behind them. Large blind spots, spotter error, and accidents due to noise could also be eliminated with these rear view cameras. Drivers of large trucks who currently have no way to see anything behind them could use a technological advancement such as rear view cameras to help them gain sight of what surrounds them. Large trucks have what we call no zones. They have 3 of them, which are blind spots where your car disappears from the view of the driver. A rear view camera would eliminate the rear no zone, giving these drivers the ability to see what's behind them. My solution is then that because of these statistics, all vehicle owners should be required to install or purchase a vehicle with rear viewing cameras. The best way I can think of to do this would be to require rear view cameras as a part of passing state vehicle inspections. Right now, about 20 states already require some type of vehicle safety inspection. Virginia does, so if you live in Virginia, you know that you have to get your car inspected and it has to pass every year. Most of these 20 states have a yearly inspection that they require. Some states I found have where you have to get the vehicle inspected when you purchase it and then you're okay for a while. I think that adding a functioning rear view camera check to this inspection would be the easiest way to ensure that vehicles are equipped with this safety feature. But then what about the states that don't require safety inspections? Well, dealers or anyone selling a car should not be allowed to sell that vehicle without first installing the rear view camera. That to me seems like the most logical answer. It would eliminate the cost barrier for consumers having to install one themselves, which I feel like would be the first argument. Cars owned before the law was passed in states that don't require inspections, we would have to leave that to their personal choice, and that is why I am speaking to you today. If you live in a state that doesn't require an inspection and you had your car before the law gets passed, you know, you just have to look at it as your personal contribution could save lives and save you from hurting someone. If you just so happen to be involved in an accident where a rear view camera could have prevented the injury caused, I just feel that harsher punishments would have to be faced because you took the chance of not installing one into your vehicle. Installing rear view cameras will ultimately protect the lives of children, improve the safety of employees in the work field, and enable the previously obstructed rear vision of truck drivers. According to a USA Today article, it has been stated that these rear view mirrors, as a required safety feature in all new vehicles, will be in full effect by 2018. That's a long time away, but still. This technology would be used as a standard safety feature to prevent accidents and enhance driver visibility. The ultimate societal effect is that the number of deaths due to backover will be reduced. The amount of families experiencing devastation and depression because of fatalities and injuries caused by backover incidents will lessen. So in conclusion, rear view cameras are a necessity in vehicles today. Too many accidents occur causing death and injury that leave families' hearts shattered. Through research, I found that installing these cameras will add about $200 to the price of a car. To me, that is a small donation to save these lives. Any measure that can prove to prevent even one death should be taken, especially when the largest percent of victims are young children. I have a 4-year-old. This is why I'm so adamant about rear view cameras. I have taken the law a step further from that to say that all vehicles used for transportation or work should be equipped with rear view cameras, not just the vehicles and light trucks I mentioned at the beginning. Doing so will protect the lives of children, improve the safety of employees in the work field, and enable the previously obstructed rear vision of truck drivers. What am I asking of you then? If you agree that there are many features inside of vehicles to protect the driver and passengers, but very few, if any, to protect those outside of it, then you should also agree that something else needs to be done. Rear view mirrors will save lives. They also protect the driver from careless mistakes, higher insurance rates from accidents, potential lawsuits, and living with the guilt of backing over someone. You can fight for the law to be passed to require vehicles to have rear view cameras. Until the law is passed, we can purchase vehicles that already have them. If you're car shopping, mention this as one of your personal required safety features that you refuse to settle without. If you're purchasing a used car, try negotiating the installation of a rear view camera before making the deal to buy the car. Legally, this has all taken too long. Can we really afford to wait until 2018 to see positive changes? It starts with you. If the world won't change, we have to change it. If you know it's the right thing to do to protect yourself and your children, have a rearview camera installed yourself.